Hello. In this video, we will be making a bunny to attach on the soothing towel. First, cut out the template for the ear on the paper instructions. Grab the ear fabrics. If you purchase the pink towel kit, grab one flower pattern, one solid fabric. The side with the pattern more visible is the outer surface. Face the outer surfaces to each other like this. Line them up together neatly. Make sure the bottom part is lined up well. Place the ear template on the fabric. Line up the bottoms. Then, grab an erasable fabric marker and trace around the template. Fix the two fabrics together with a pin. Prepare threaded needle and apply back stitch following the sewing line. Please check out our tutorial videos for back stitch if you need help. Also, check out our tutorial video for easy way to start and end stitching. We will be using this method often. It is a great way to make an invisible knot. When you are done, pull the needle out through the back. Secure the stitches with few knots using the easy way to end stitching method. Cut the thread. Next, we will be cutting around the ear. Cut toe 5 cm away from the stitches outward. Now, flip the fabric inside out through the opening hole on the bottom. After you flip it inside out, fix the shape of the ear. Use a needle to help shape up the edges. Repeat the previous steps one more time and make the second ear. Please pause the video or go back. Resume the video after you make both ears. Okay, let's make the doll's head. Grab the head fabric. Look at the paper instructions to see where we will be placing the ears. From the top of the fabric, mark 1 cm down on both sides. Place the ears on each side where the mark is. For the pink towel, face the solid side up in the flower pattern facing inward. Line up the ends well and fix them together with a pin. Do the same thing for the second ear. Next, fold the fabric in half. Line up the ends together and fix them together with pins. Grab an erasable fabric marker and draw a sewing line O, 5 cm inward from the edges. Please look at the paper instructions to see how we will be drawing the lines. For this end, do not make a straight line. Curve the end a little bit like this. The curved line will make the face curve out nicely instead of making it pointy. Draw the sewing line the same way on this side as well. Prepare threaded needle and apply back stitch along the sewing lines. When you've finished one side, secure the stitches and work in the other. Secure the stitches and cut the thread. Okay, now fold it in half one more time, and line up the edges and the stitches together. Fix them together with pins. Draw a sewing line 5 cm from the edges inward. On one of the sides, make sure you mark and leave space for the opening hole. Do not sew on this area. We will need this opening to flip the fabric inside out later. Make sure you draw the other side like earlier. A nice curved line for the end. Apply back stitch on the sewing line. Make sure not to close the opening hole. When you get to where all the seam allowances meet up, just keep sewing normally. Make a back stitch and bring it out on the other side. Continue stitching until you get to the mark for the opening hole. At the mark, secure the stitches with few knots and cut the thread. Flip the fabric inside out through the opening. For the next part, we will be adding in the fiber fill and the rattle. Break the fiber fill into smaller pieces before you put it in. Fill in the furthest areas first. As you put in the fiber fill, make sure you make the seam allowances go in one direction. The seam allowance is the inside flap along the edges. Keep it running up or down. It doesn't matter which direction as long as it is going the same way all the way around. After you put in some fiber fill, put in the rattle and continue filling the head. Do not put in too much. When you squeeze it, it should softly go in. If you put too much, the fiber fill will stick out through the stitches. Now, bring out the edges of the fabric. Line them up to each other. And draw a sewing line 5 centimeters from the edges on both sides. Draw the ends with a curve so it lines up with the existing stitches. We will be applying slip stitch. Please check out our tutorial videos for slip stitch if you need help. It always helps to draw the sewing line before applying slip stitch. Let's close the opening. Prepare a piece of thread and fold it in half. Thread both ends into the needle. Pull the end out and keep it shorter than the other end with the loop. From the last stitch, go back about 1 to 2 stitch length. Pick 1 or 2 fibers of that area and pull the needle through the loop. This is the easy way to start stitching. You can start without actually making a knot on the back. Start slip stitching following the line. Fold the edges inward up to the line as you sew. At the end, you can stitch 1 or 2 more times over the existing stitches to make it look more natural. Secure the stitches with few knots. Pick 1 or 2 fibers where the thread is coming out and pull to make a knot. Do it one more time. Insert the needle next to the knots and pull it out away from them. Tug on the thread gently and cut it. The end of the thread will disappear inside the head. For the last part of the video, we will be sewing on the face of the bunny. Look at the paper instructions to see the example of the face. Draw the nose at the center. Then the eyes and the mouth. Mark on the middle of the ears 1 centimeter from the top. Draw a line to the head. Prepare threaded needle using white thread. Apply running stitch on the sewing lines on both ears. Please check out our tutorial videos for running stitch if you need help. To hide the knot, insert the needle between the 2 fabrics and bring it out at the mark. Pull on the thread until the knot goes inside the ear. Apply running stitch. Secure the stitches with few knots. Pick 1 or 2 fibers where the thread is coming out and pull to make a knot. Do it one more time. Insert the needle between the ear fabrics and pull it away from the knots. Tug on the thread gently and cut it. Repeat the previous steps for the other ear, and apply running stitch. For the face, prepare threaded needle with brown thread. Let's tie the knots. Insert the needle between the two head fabrics. Pull the needle out from the mouth since it is the closest. Pull on the thread and make the knot go inside the head. Apply back stitch on the mouth. From the mouth, let's go to the eye. Bring the needle out through the mark for the eye. Don't pull the thread from the mouth too hard. The eyes will be an asterisk. Look at the example on the paper instructions. You want to do one stitch at a time and make each length the same. The easiest way to do this is by making a cross first, and then the diagonal lines. It is like making two crosses, one slanted from the other. When you finish the first eye, insert the needle into the eye and scoop it out from the other. Do the same steps for this eye. The last part is the nose. Insert the needle into the second eye and scoop it out at the nose. We will first sew the outline of the nose with back stitch. After the outline, fill in the nose by doing one stitch at a time side to side. The paper instructions will have an example of it. When you are done, insert the needle into the nose and bring it out from the other side. Pick one or two fibers where the thread is coming out, and pull to create a knot. Do it one more time. Insert the needle into the head next to the knots and pull it out away from them. Pull on the thread gently and cut it. Good work. You are done making the bunny.